Hey y'all, today we're going to be doing a head-to-head review of the Zaclab Economy Class and the Chenyu Syntony in Bakelite. These are both Buckyball sliders and both on the kind of budget side, so they fill a similar niche, and I thought it would be fun to put them head-to-head with each other, see which one wins. Spoiler alert, I do think there is a clear winner between the two of which one you should spend your hard-earned money on. So let's go ahead and take a look. I've had both of these for about a month or so, got them around the same time. The Zaclab Economy Class here, this one retails for about $39. It is PEI, brass, and stainless steel. So the majority of this body is PEI with a little bit of kind of brass and stainless steel accents here that give a little bit of a texture under your thumbs. Let's go ahead and take a listen. So as you can hear, very loud. I've heard people online refer to this as the divorce slider. This is probably the single loudest fidget I own, maybe some of the tuning fork stuff, but this thing is just an absolute alarm. You really cannot use this with a partner nearby. It is going to annoy the heck out of them. Definitely not a workplace fidget either, but hey, the sound is awesome. It's a very cool sound. You got this window where you can actually watch the Buckyballs. So you got this the two Buckyballs, got this little black membrane between, and there's another one up top and another one down below. And so as you push, that little membrane just pushes the Buckyball to the next magnet. And that's the sound you're getting, is that magnet and Buckyball kind of snapping into place with each other. And that's it. No mechanics involved. Now it is a pretty smooth push just because you're not actually pushing this plate against any magnets, so you're really getting a smooth push, but feeling the haptics of the Buckyball snapping to the next magnet. I find that the haptics in this are really pretty nice, vibrates through the PEI frame pretty well. Textured grip is really nice as well. Let's take a look at the Chenyu Syntony. So this is the Bakelite version. First thing to note in comparison to this, definitely lighter. Neither of these are heavy, but this guy comes in at right around 13 grams, and the Economy Class is 21 grams, so definitely a little bit heavier here, and you can notice the difference. Let's take a listen to the Chenyu Syntony. So, as you can hear, a pretty similar sound. Now, the big difference between this one and the Economy Class is this is a combination mechanical and Buckyball slider. So there is a traditional spring and ball in here moving along a track. There's actually two, as well as the Buckyball. So you are getting both types of feedback and sound at the same time. And you can open this up and modify things, and you can take out the spring and balls if you want pure Buckyball. You can take out the Buckyball if you want pure mechanical spring and balls. I'll show you that here in just a little bit. Now I will tell you, and spoilers for which one I think wins, I do like the Zaclab Economy Class quite a bit better. I think that the combination of mechanical and Buckyball on the Syntony just sort of muddies the experience for me. The combination of the two different types of feedback at the exact same time just becomes a little bit overwhelming, and you can't really appreciate the haptics of one or the other because they're sort of running into each other a little bit. But unfortunately, if you take out one piece, the mechanics or the Buckyball, either on their own really aren't that impressive. It's not a great mechanical slider. It's not a great Buckyball slider compared to the Economy Class. So it kind of puts it in a weird category where, well, the one unique thing it does is being both, but I don't really like using it that much when it's doing both. Now, in terms of price, the Chenyu Syntony does come in a little lower. It is $29, so $10 cheaper than the $39 Economy Class. And this is available in a lot of different materials. This Bakelite version, the PEI versions, and the polycarbonate versions are all $29. stainless steel and titanium are $49, and the Zirc is $69. And I am willing to bet that the stainless steel and Zirc in particular change how this sounds and feels quite a bit, so this review can really only apply to this Bakelite version, but you don't see too much Bakelite. I thought it was a pretty interesting material, not a bad texture here. Again, very lightweight and pocketable. Now in terms of opening these guys up, I am not going to open up the Zaclab Economy Class. You can, there are screws here to open it up, but to be honest, there's not really a point because there's not a whole lot here to modify. You could swap the Buckyballs out for maybe some different colors. You know, I'm not sure if different strength Buckyballs would really do anything. I don't have other Buckyballs to swap this with anyway, so since this is no mechanics involved, purely Buckyball, there's just not much point in my eyes in opening this up. It already is pretty great out of the box. The Syntony, on the other hand, we will go ahead and open it up and show off Buckyball only and mechanical only, just so you can get an idea. So there are 4 screws to remove. All right, and all the screws are out. I would suggest that when you open this up, you do it with it slid out to one side all the way so that the Buckyball does not attract to the springs. So we have got our mechanical components here, our 2 balls, 2 springs, and a little rod that tells the slide track to stop and doesn't allow it to slide off the rails. That goes in these little hole right beneath the ball and spring hole. So we'll slot that back in. And then we can see the Buckyball with the magnet sitting right underneath on this plate. So we are going to go ahead and leave the balls and springs out, pop that back on, and without screwing it together, I'll just kind of show you what the Buckyball only sounds like here. So it's not bad, but again, compared to this Zaclab Economy Class, I find this to be a much more resonant and enjoyable sound. So now we'll go ahead and take out the Buckyball. We go ahead and put the ball into the hole, and then we'll follow it up with the spring. You'll note that it is a alternating track. Then I am just going to screw this one in so you can really see what it's like. All right, all screwed back together. So here's the Syntony in mechanical only. So, you know, it's fine as a mechanical slider. It's not terrible. I've used worse mechanical sliders, but I've also used much better. And in mechanical only mode, I just can't see myself ever reaching for this over some of the many better mechanical sliders out there. The Buckyball is kind of the unique thing it brings to the table. But then again, you're getting that kind of mushy combined haptics and sound that I am just not necessarily a huge fan of, at least in this Bakelite version. So, as you can tell, I would recommend the Zaclab Economy Class over the Chenyu Syntony if you are looking for a budget Buckyball slider. I think this gives great sound and haptics as long as you are aware of just how incredibly loud it is and are in an environment that can support that. I think you're going to be very happy with this. The Chenyu Syntony, I guess I'm just not really sure who it's for. Maybe some of the other materials are a little bit better. It's too bad because I really like the Chenyu Guardian X1 like I've reviewed on the channel previously, but this particular Chenyu product is not necessarily a hit for me. So where would I put these guys on the fidget tier list? Well, starting with the Syntony, again, not my favorite. It's not terrible. It's not a you should never buy this type product, but you know, I debated between C tier and D tier. Ultimately, I think I am going to put it in the D tier just because I don't think after this video is over, I'm really going to be reaching for it anymore if it stays in my collection at all. On the other hand, a much more positive note, the Zaclab Economy Class is awesome for the price, the sound and the haptics you're getting, the simplicity, getting to see the Buckyballs move in the little window as you push is really fun. I like the look and the texture of it. Just a really quality little piece. So I am actually going to be putting this guy in the A tier right next to the Chenyu Guardian X1. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there's any fidgets that you are wanting to see reviewed, let me know. I have a pretty extensive collection that I'm working my way through for these videos. Until next time, peace.